Welcome back to our final part of our tour of the Isle of Mull. For this trip I wanted to visit the Calgary Art in Nature. I've seen it on Google and it's been recommended, and basically the aim is the site puts pieces of sculpture around woodland in Calgary that will provoke and enlighten a general awareness of art in nature. It's £2 to get in, and you can pick up a little map so you know where you're going and where things are, and have a walk around. On this day it was quite rainy, but between the showers we managed to get out and have a walk about. I have to say, at the beginning it didn't really meet my expectations. I made the mistake of looking on Google at what sculptures were about. There's some really impressive ones over the years, but obviously they do change them. And then we come across this for kids. Of course I had to test it out just to make sure it was safe.
Thought you were going to hit the tree.
This one. Yeah. Pleasant. Some clever little artists there, look. I've got to admit, we didn't make the best of this little trip because we didn't use the map. We had got one, but you can't see on here, but there was showers and it did start to rain and the paper got a bit damp. As I explained earlier, just don't expect to see sculptures that you see on the internet. This is my favourite of the stag. This used to actually overlook the bay. We couldn't be this close to the beach without letting Alfie have a little run around. He loves the beach, it's his favourite place. He likes to find a stone, bury it, picks it up, buries it, pushes it out the hole and walks along and buries it again. And it wouldn't be Scotland without having the Highland cows. Doesn't matter how often I see them, I love them. They are great. They're lovely. Look how cute they are. Beautiful. So we're trying a new site today called Horton and Gail. It's 2.5 miles from Gail, I think it's called, and quite a big site. You just turn up, you book online. So far so good. Just arrived. You can also call in and just empty your toilet for £10. It's unmanned, there is CCTV. You've got pods up the top there, and then basically you turn up. You don't reserve pitches, you just find whatever pitch is free. You just park up in there. Tents are at the end. What's handy, there's a pub next door that you can walk and go and have a drink, which we did. It's very small, so I'd go and book if you want a meal there. You do need to book ahead. And then you've got the lovely view of Ben Moor, which is 944 metres. Isle of Mull, it's the only Munro and highest mountain on Isle of Mull. Not for the inexperienced though. So finally set up and settled down for the night with beautiful views. Great evening, as you can see. We paid £31 with electric to stay here overnight. Take on a bit of a tour. So that's the tent area. I think for 2 people it's £20 a night. And then moving over to the map at the site. As I said, it's unmanned. You get emails from the company to say how to get in and out and what to do. There's phone numbers if you do have any issues. That I know somebody that stayed that did have some problems and it got resolved with no problem straight away. Toilets and showers are all new and they're a porta cabin. Showers are clean and tidy, very hot, practical is what you expect. Same goes for the toilets. Be interesting to see, this site's only been open since May this year, 2023. So a lot of people are trying it out as it's new to Mull. And like I say, the views are amazing, but you always want the facilities to be good too. So it'd be interesting to see if they stay in this condition a few years down the line. But overall, nice little site. It's a really nice separate cabin, quite large, where you can do baby changing, and they have some great facilities for disabled campers. It also could double up as a family room to shower. Moving on to the outside area. They do have a practical and covered up area for tenting or caravanners alike to do their dishes. Weatherproof. And that's pretty much it really. Tour of the site. And then that's where we are. The sky looks stunning. Hopefully there'll be a beautiful day in the morning. We were lucky to wake up to glorious sunshine and decided to go and have a look at Loch Buie, but more importantly to get a decent coffee and hopefully some cake. The road down to Loch Buie is from Craignure round to Loch Nakeal, and it's an 8 miles from the main road. Even though the main road is a passing place road, single track, it's 8 miles. It splits off and then it's 4 miles from the fork, and there's signs on the way telling you that you're not far to go. Being a single track road, it does seem to take forever. Well, when we arrived down to Loch Buie, we were very disappointed because the cafe had signs saying cafe 2 miles, whatever, but there was nothing to tell you the opening times. And we found that the cafe was closed, which we were not impressed. We like to have our coffee. Coffee shop, not impressed. Get your signs sorted. We wouldn't have bothered coming all that way because we've been there many times before if you were closed. The change of weather on this particular day, it can change very quickly across Scotland for those of you that have visited before. This was at Grass Point. You drive down again another single track road. You can't go right down to the end, but there is a lay-by on the right hand side that will hold about 4 cars if people park respectively. Once you park up, there's a bit of a little track that goes up the hill and the bank, and you can see these lovely views. On a good day, you can see across to the mainland, and you can see seagulls. And even with the clouds over in the distance, you can still see Ben Moor just poking through. Nice little spot. Great little stopover. Heading around to our favourite spot for golden eagles, we were surprised to see some deer on the road. They weren't bothered by us at all, and they stayed there and only decided to run when this car was coming the opposite way. But it was lovely to see. We watched them for quite a while, 10-15 minutes. Continuing on towards the west of the island, round to Loch Nakeal. On a clear day, you can see Staffa, Lunga and the Trisnish Niles. It includes Coll at the back of the very back on a clear day. Couldn't see it today because it's too misty. Some nice cliffs on the left hand side, which we always expect to see a peregrine falcon, but we never have, not to this day. The little cottage that's coming up is actually available to rent. Haven't managed to find it on Mull Cottages, but it will be somewhere on one of the cottages internet sites. But you can rent that cottage if you want to. It's right on the edge of the cliff. I wouldn't fancy it myself. If you ever get a landslide, you'll be straight down the bank. But this just shows a bit of different side to how Mull can be. Mull is actually a volcanic island, and I think this side of the island it shows it because of all the rocks. It's quite a gnarly sort of edge of Mull. Passing places again, pretty much how most of Mull is. Single track roads. In this particular side it is quite narrow and there's some really twisty points as well. So you do have to be careful with the size of vehicle that you take around here. They can get through, but some of the rocks on the side are quite tight and you might have to do some reversing in some of the narrower places. Gordon Buchanan, the wildlife presenter, was born in Mull and he still has a house there. Even in bad weather or cloudy weather, it still looks beautiful and stunning in Mull. This is a busy time of Mull. As you can see, all the cars following us behind our van. It's very, very busy. This was another evening of glorious sunshine. We stayed out for quite a while and watched the sunset. It was beautiful over Loch na Keal, and we watched the sunset right into the loch until it went dark. So I decided to get my fire out. If you are going to have a fire, I advise you to get one that's off the ground. Do not use the stones in the area because that just leaves a mark. If you're going to wild camp, it's not actually legal in Scotland. So if you are going to do this sort of camping, don't leave a trace. They should never know you were there. And after another eventful day, Alfie was dog tired. We woke the next morning to another glorious day. It was stunning, beautiful morning. Cows had come to say hello, and we'd found out that we'd actually missed the Northern Lights the night before. I was in bed watching a film and Andy was asleep, something that we have chased, and was really disappointed to find out that we missed our opportunity. Maybe next time. All good things come to an end and it's back to the ferry.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
And back over to the mainland and the long way round. As well as the stunning beauty of Glencoe, it does hold a dark side to it. In 1692, the MacDonald clan was murdered as they slept by troops ordered by the government of the Clan Campbell. In total, 38 men, women and children perished on that night. On a lighter note, Harry Potter was filmed here, and you can actually visit where Hagrid's hut was based. On that note, I'm going to leave you with my beautiful, handsome dog, Alfie, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.